So, I'm actually going to talk about a controversial topic, as you can see here on my screen. It's not something I usually do, but at this particular moment, I feel that it's more important than trading. So, without further ado, basically, we're looking at the situation of the Atlanta shooting where 8 suspects, 6 of whom were Asian American women that worked in a spa business that this man, the shooter, frequented, were shot and killed. How I feel about that is that it was definitely a hate crime, and I feel like the words that the media used to describe it were toning it down, which I feel like absolutely should not be toned down. Um, it's sad to think that this person finds um, having a bad day and needing to deal with the temptation, as is outlined in this article, quoted as a reason for doing what he did. Listen, how many of us had fucking horrible days in 2020, even in 2021? Like, you're telling me that a mentally ill, sex addicted um, person is allowed to use having a bad day as an excuse for basically deciding that his bad day and his issues were more important than 8 people's lives? Man, come on, man. Fuck you. That is bullshit. And I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to those women and their families that, had the loss of their life because of this man. And he frequented these businesses. Maybe he tried to take advantage of someone. Maybe he made an assumption. Honestly, my intuition tells me he did. He made an assumption. And to be fair, to look at both sides, maybe he actually made an assumption that was gratified at some point, but for whatever reason, something triggered him on his bad day to do what he did, and that's so wrong. I would just hate to see this situation perpetuate further crimes that are similar, because I feel like, knowing what I know and seeing what I've seen, that there's a lot of sheeple out there, and sometimes all it takes for a person to do what they've only been thinking about before is to see someone else do it. So my fingers are crossed that this is just a one-time incident, as bad and tragic as it is, and that this bullshit stops here. And I hope he gets his comeuppance. He's already behind closed doors, or behind bars, I should say. So I'm happy to know that, but I just want this to end here. But I have a feeling we're not seeing the end of it, because discrimination against this population has been on the rise. So come on, 2021. To continue on this topic, and not to name this person who unfortunately is given a name which I think is a courtesy that should not be extended to him, basically he thought that he was the victim of his own sexual desires, and he had so much temptation and internalized sexual energy, whatever. So that is his excuse, as quoted, for doing what he did. Listen, fuck you and your sexual desires. And then this author of this article continues to make the topic about how men believe that women's, like, physical attraction and their beauty is such a powerful force, which, I mean, yes, it is, but at the end of the day, we are all responsible for ourselves. So if we turn the tables and we're like over here like raping men and physically assaulting them because they made us angry, or they, you know, looked at us the wrong way, like, we would be held accountable. And that is also bullshit, okay? You can be physically attracted to someone. You can find someone's beauty overwhelming. Fine. You don't have the right to kill them. You don't have the right to do something to them, which I feel like he probably did. We don't know everything yet, and someone basically put him in his place or told him no, and he couldn't handle that. And that's on you. Someone was not consenting to your sexual advances. Someone didn't want you. Okay, get over it. Someone doesn't want you. You get rejected. That's fucking life. It happens to women. It happens to men. Go try to find a person that does want you. Go fucking handle yourself. Bye.
They talked about the attack and her injuries, with her daughter helping to translate.
Completely not relevant, but sorry about the change in lighting. I was reading a bunch of stuff and coming across different things, and I did see this wonderful video, and I want to fist bump you, Grandma, for fighting back. I'm so sorry for all the things that happened to you, and I'm so sorry for those injuries to your beautiful face, and that your eyes are still bleeding, but you did what you were supposed to do, and you own that, man. So I am so proud of you. And I'm just going to say, on a positive note, she fought back, she put him in his place, and he's the one that ended up in the hospital. I think she should definitely get treated and she should be compensated for what happened to her because it was horrible. And all I can say is if you come out. Now, me, myself, and I would never hurt a fly. However, if I see a man, especially a man, doing that to an elderly woman, or someone who is helpless and in a situation that they are the victim, not him. I'm just gonna use an old schoolyard poem. I know karate, I know kung fu. If you mess with me, I will mess with you and I will fuck you up.